Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. In this week's weekly lesson, we're talking about cows who kill. Yes, that's right, those fluffy, docile animals who basically just walk around the grass and eat little things are becoming incredibly violent. We don't know why. Some people say it's because of sound. Some people say because more green land is being built upon. Others think it's mobile phones. But for whatever the reason, these animals now are turning violent. There isn't much to say about that in the news today, so I'm going to go through a few phrases with you. Some people might say that these animals are getting their own back. Getting your own back is a synonym for taking revenge. For example, if let's say you make fun of me in an English lesson, you laugh at me. You don't like the color of the walls in my office. So I get upset and I say, oh, that student doesn't like the color of the walls in my office, so I'm going to go and steal their television. That's me getting my own back. Okay, so for example, if I steal your television because you insulted me, I'm getting my own back. I'm taking revenge. By the way, this isn't something I would do. I often use this phrase to steal the television just as a demonstration of particular phrases and words. So, for example, maybe you get angry with your children and you think, right, I'm going to get revenge sooner or later on those kids. That's getting your own back. Revenge on your colleague or your boss, which, by the way, although I'm giving you lots of examples, I don't recommend. Okay, it's better just to find peace and let things go. Getting your own back. So these cows clearly are getting their own back because they're killing people left, right, and center. Left, right, and center means everyone or everywhere. For example, during COVID, people were catching COVID left, right, and center. Cows are killing people left, right, and center. It means everyone or everywhere. Right. Now, just moving quickly on, there's another story here which came to my attention just thinking about Greenland, where cows like to nibble their grass. There's a story here that more and more of our conservation land, that's the land that's kept to make Britain look beautiful, may be sold in order for our government to build new houses. Our new government, as you know, has promised new housing for everyone, well, for those who can't get on the property ladder, because young people today seem to think that they have a right to own property. Whereas when I was growing up, you had no right to own property. You had to work hard to earn money for it. But now young people leave university and they say, well, I should be able to find a nice place to live, no? Well, no. You have to get a good job that pays a lot of money for that. But as you know, working class has now moved up to almost middle class. Middle class is more money than before, having more money than before. So we're in a situation where everyone wants a nice place to live. They deserve it. After all, if Joey in Friends has it, why shouldn't I? And I think that's quite alarming, that way of living. But, well, some people do believe that. And so our government is trying to arrange accommodation which can be purchased at a cheaper cost to try to get people on the property ladder. I mean, I haven't seen any of that near where I live. It's not something that's happened so far around here. No doubt it'll be something southern, because of course younger people in the south contribute more to the economy than people in the north do. So because there's more work, so I guess it'll be a southern thing. I don't know, but well, that's happening now. So this newspaper story, which is from today, Monday the 16th, in The Guardian, it says fewer than 1 in 5 are against house building. But the story actually says fewer than 1 in 5 are hard NIMBYs opposed to house building. And I just want to explain what a NIMBY is. NIMBY is an acronym, not in my backyard. And it's for people who are fairly settled, who like where they live, but they don't want new property being built next to them. So if you live in a big house with a lovely view, you wake up one morning, you find the land has been sold across the road, and suddenly they're building houses. If you protest, you would be an NIMBY. Oh, not in my backyard, or not in my garden. I don't want that, no. Not in my backyard. When something happens around you that you protest about. You might say, yeah, oh, that's lovely. I'm okay with that in principle, but I just don't want it anywhere near me. Not in my backyard. A good example of an NIMBY around where I live was when they were trying to build one of the local mosques for Islamic people. Everyone said, oh, lovely, diversity, we love that. Then they chose where the mosque was going to be. And of course, many people said, what? No, I don't want it there, not near me. I'm okay with that idea, but not in my backyard, thank you very much. That's a NIMBY. And we use this phrase to talk about people who protest because they're usually a little bit rich, they have a little bit more money than the rest of us, and they're saying, oh, how lovely, yes, but not near me. An NIMBY can be a noun. It also can be an attitude that people take. It also can be an adjective. That's a very NIMBY way of looking at things. And a hard NIMBY is someone who protests a lot. Now, in this news story, it says fewer than 1 in 5 voters are hard NIMBYs, not in my backyard, who are opposed to local house building under almost any circumstances. It says here 83% of people aged 18 to 24 have said that they're persuaded by at least one argument for new housing. Now, younger people are much more open-minded. They don't care so much about who lives next door or what happens next door. But the older people, yeah, they really do care. And if you want any evidence of that, go to Westminster, have a look around and see what you find there. Yeah, let's see, what else? Yeah, this is an interesting article because it raises another word that I didn't know. It's saying if a minority of voters were hard NIMBYs, almost none were hard YIMBYs. And I think a YIMBY is saying, yes, in my backyard, please. There's no P, but yes, in my backyard. And these are people who are supportive of local house building in almost any circumstances. And between 1% and 5% of voters really don't care. They're saying, yeah, just, build the house, do what you want next door. I'm a YIMBY. Yes, in my backyard, I don't mind. It's not literally in their garden, but you see what they're saying. Yeah, do it around me. So NIMBY and YIMBY. I hadn't heard of YIMBY before, but NIMBY is quite common. I remember once I was down in Chichester, which is a place on the south coast, and I was in the tourist office, and I was asking about why they don't have any shops near a particular beach that I was walking on. I didn't go to the tourist shop to ask that question. I just went to the tourist shop to inquire where the shops were, and we got into this discussion about why there's no shops in a particular part of town. And the woman said, sorry, it's a case of NIMBY. You know, Chichester's quite rich. They just don't want too many shops here. So that's a good example of what I'm talking about. NIMBY. And of course, as more and more bits of gardens, I should say fields, get bought up, NIMBY does come into action. People are beginning to say, oh no, not in my backyard, no thank you. I have a nice view of the fields here. I don't want any mosques or new houses built near me. Thank you very much. And there we are, and that's it. So yes, NIMBY, and that's my last word for today. But on a very serious note, I have to tell you that really, this is a very serious issue, this cows killing people. I know it sounds hilarious, doesn't it? It sounds really funny. But honestly, if you are coming to the UK, please, please don't get lost in the countryside or let people run around in the countryside if you have kids or grandmothers. It would be much better if you just were very aware of where you are, any suitable exits and places you can escape to in case the cows come after you. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and let's talk again soon. See you all. Take care. Bye.